Welcome back to the show. It is my pleasure to introduce our next guest, Admiral Flunder. Let's welcome him to the show. Welcome to the show, Admiral. And I've got a quick introduction for you. He is a dedicated family man and seasoned professional with over 4 decades of career achievements. As a proud father and grandfather, lasting connections are everything to him. Admiral has leveraged his business savvy and management expertise to find success as a consultant and mortgage loan officer, helping clients build generational wealth. He also gives back to the community through BNI Rotary Club and his church. Admiral's commitment to faith, service, and family is truly inspirational, and I welcome you to the show today, Admiral.
Thanks, Dan. It's a privilege to be here.
And Admiral is doing this under the recovery of COVID, so he's sounding a little froggy, but he decided to get up for it anyways. Thanks, Admiral. I so appreciate your dedication.
Well, thank you for having me here. I'll be reading notes occasionally just so that I can stay on track.
Oh, that's totally great. So would you agree that where a person lives in retirement influences their life's hobbies, comfort, safety, cash flow, and overall happiness?
Absolutely, Dan. Few things going to affect baby boomers' post-employment life as much as their home, the cash flow. And it's important for realtors like yourself to learn about this powerful, little-known financing option that is just for homeowners 62 and older. So for a moment, go ahead and imagine what a baby boomer would consider an ideal home in retirement. What does the ideal home in retirement, what does the ideal home offer that the current home doesn't? Is it located closer to family and friends and grandkids? Does it offer the ease of a single story or low maintenance living? Is it a new construction home? Is it right size to their current lifestyle? And does it offer updated, as you talked about earlier, aging in place design that offers the amenities that they desire?
Oh, that's great. Now, that is obviously the selection process of finding a place. What is this? What's the name of this little known financing option that our viewers need to know about?
Well, the name that most people know it about is a reverse mortgage. There's two types of reverse mortgages. There's a reverse mortgage for refinancing, but what we're talking about is what's called a home equity conversion mortgage for purchase loan. And so for this discussion, we're gonna call it the H for P. So what's so special about this mortgage? Well, for starters, an H for P can help the purchasing power of this baby boomer buyer so that they can buy a new primary residence that aligns with their desired lifestyle. But where it really shines is its ability to help them better afford that purchase and preserve their retirement nest egg. Simply put, it offers them the best of both worlds between a conventional mortgage and paying in all cash.
So, what is it that a realtor should understand about the client that they don't already know?
Well, older adult homeowners who would like to downsize, upsize, or right size into their dream home, or simply put, a new home that better fits their lifestyle in retirement. These homeowners usually have this in common, and that is that they've realized that while their current home may have served them well during their prime working, their family raising years, that same home is not ideal for them in their retirement years. For example, maybe the current home is too big, too outdated, and maybe too difficult to maintain. And with costly repairs, it may have turned into a money pit.
So, yeah, I know a lot of times people are stuck in houses that are just draining their retirement income for repairs and stuff that they have to do. Walk me through a conversation with a client, and this is not in our notes. Walk me through a conversation with a client as they begin to understand the freedom that is created by looking at using the H4P?
The primary freedom that they're going to get is this is a program put in place to give people 62 and older like me a better retirement. So it's a benefit like Social Security. Just like you have to be 65 to get Social Security, you have to be 62 and older. So the benefit is that when a person is ready to make a move, make a change, maybe right, as we talked about, right size, whatever that case may be, they can sell their current home that isn't working and only take 40 to 60% of those proceeds and basically buy that same type of home, or not the same type of home, but maybe spend the same amount of money and to right size and take that other 40 or 60% and utilize that for retirement, for a better to have a better retirement. And they will have a balance, but the advantage is that the balance, the payments of principal and interest are optional. They are not required. And so they can pay if they want or not.
Okay, so why does it sound too good to be true?
It sounds too good to be true because, so let's say a person, they're going to buy $1 million home.
Yeah.
They're only having to put 600,000. So they sell their current home that isn't working for $1 million. They want to buy something the same price, depending on their age and the interest rates and so forth. They would only have to take 600,000 of those proceeds from that sale and put down the other 400,000. They can put in the bank. They can do whatever they want with it and not have a required payment. So it's like paying cash, but there's no, and where there is no payment, and here you're paying it, but you're able to take that $400,000 and set that aside for a better retirement.
So would it be financially prudent for them just to pay cash for the next house so they don't have any payment whatsoever?
In one way, yes, it would, but they wouldn't have to. The big question is, why would a person tie up $1 million of equity when they don't have to? Why would they?
Gotcha.
The only way they can access that money is to refinance or to sell. In this particular instance, they don't. So they'll have, in the example I gave you, they would have the $600,000 down and the other $400,000 to. They don't have to invest it. They can just put it in the bank, but it's not tied up in a home, which is an illiquid asset.
So it's about converting it to a liquid asset, especially in a situation where that may be needed for either, an in-home care professional or paying down some other debts, right? So then walk me through like 20 years, like, okay, let's just say you turn 62, you convert this home, you basically go ahead and sell your home, you find a home that's just a right fit for you. So you've just put a fraction in 20 years. When you decide to sell because you're moving into assisted living, or you kick the bucket, right? Let's just say one of those two things. Then what happens to that house? Does it go to the bank?
The house never goes to the bank. The owner retains title to the home for the whole period of time. Now we have something called a mortgage insurance premium, and what that does. So let's say the house is $600,000. You're going to pay a $12,000 mortgage insurance premium. What that does, it guarantees that it's a non-recourse loan. Let's say the economy went upside down like it did back in the early 2000s, and at the end of 20 years, the person owed $100,000 more than the home was worth. That insurance premium that they paid, then FHA picks up the difference. They insure it, they pay that difference. And so with a non-recourse loan, the home is always responsible, but they would never be in a position where they would be upside down.
Right.
And
so it protects the heirs in the event heirs, those that would stand to inherit the house. It protects them for having to pay some kind of amount of money in order to sell the house, right? That mortgage.
The heirs would never have to pay any money to sell the house. So say the house is upside. Let's say let's say they owed $800,000 on the house and it was only worth 600,000. The heirs could buy the home for 95% of the $600,000.
Gotcha.
Not what. So that's part of the non-recourse feature of it. And so it does protect them if they decided they wanted to purchase it.
And I think it's important to point out that this industry is highly regulated, right? The lending industry is highly regulated, and so I have a lot of people that have I want to say a mistrust in this product because it sounds so good to be true. It's like, what, I can buy a house and have no payment, so it's like, I don't know, I don't think I want to try and find something safer. But this is a highly regulated industry, and it's really designed as a reward to help those people manage their cash flow in their twilight years, right? This program is designed to do that. And I know Admiral's heart. I know that he understands that he would not be involved in something that didn't have an ability to serve people in a way that's just who he is. And so I think it's important to kind of anybody watching this and considering utilizing this H4P or reverse mortgage to understand it fully, take some time, set up a call with Admiral in order to see if it's the right fit. Because I see it all the time. I see people that are in homes that do not fit their lifestyle. They're living in 2 or 3 rooms, and the rest of the house is a mess and a wreck. And they cannot live there, but they have to. They are trapped there. So exploring your options, I think, is a super important priority for anybody out there that it finds themselves in a situation where they need to right size their house. Does that, I hope I went a little off script, Admiral, but I wanted to get that out there. So I hope that was helpful.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So, in conclusion, somebody that is considering this, I would honestly, and you can correct me, but if there's an individual that's watching or listening to this that's thinking this is the right thing for me, my best suggestion would be to get the loved ones that care about you, that are helping you make these decisions together, and meet with Admiral at the same time. And that will allow you to get all the questions out. Because I know, if somebody was trying to help my mother with a certain situation, I'd want to know what is going on, because I want to make sure she has the best out there for her. So,
yeah, Dan, and if I could just mention a couple of things, you're talking about there are safeguards that have been built into this program. That seniors, we are a protected class. So the government is going to make sure that all the proper safeguards are put into place to make sure that that we don't make a mistake. A person has to have counseling from an independent third party counsel, so they can understand exactly, to make sure they understand exactly what they're getting into, if you will. And what some of the great things that come out of this is when you talk about cash flow, that home that they've right-sized into, where instead of that $400,000, instead of them having to make a mortgage payment, let's say if they wanted to continue to make the mortgage payment, they can continue to pay into their home, and then that goes into a line of credit. That's their equity. They get to access that. I have a client that has done that recently because they couldn't qualify for long-term care. And so by utilizing a reverse mortgage, they have $270,000 of equity in their line of credit that is compounding and growing. So the more the home appreciates, the more that line of credit grows, where they're going to be in 5 years, that $275,000 is going to have a $335,000 value. So it's in place, growing and protecting them. And if they want to make payments, then that every dollar they put in is available back to them in 5 business days. And last but not least, Dan, I am a senior. I would not recommend this product to anyone unless I tried it myself. So my wife and I, we have a reverse mortgage on our home, and we didn't do it because we we were what do we call it? Equity rich and cash poor. It was because it made no sense for us to continue making a payment on a home that there was enough equity in it that we never really had to worry about it. And so we're paying that to ourselves.
Did you
Put
do
it
a
in our
refinance?
line of credit?
What you did, a refinance?
Yes. So it's a different program,
Yeah.
but fundamentally, even on a purchase, if you want to make payments, that money goes into that line of credit and is available to you at any time. You pay no taxes on it. Again, these are the things that sound too good to be true. How could I put money in and then get it out 5 days later? Because it's a benefit of being a senior.
It's awesome. It's better than the IHOP senior menu, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely awesome.
But a lot more reading.
Best way to contact you? I know we have your number flashing across the screen here. Is that the best?
That really is the best way. And call me or text me. And I have a website that really breaks down a lot of information. Let's see if I can make that handy real quick. Let's see here. Oh, this is embarrassing. I'll find. Okay, so my website is fair.
I think I have it here, actually. It is fairwayreverse.com/Admiral Flunder. Let me put it up on the screen. Copy, edit, paste, and save, and show. There it is. Fairwayreverse.com/Admiral-Flunder.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can go there and you can reach out to him. Admiral, thank you so much for coming on the podcast today. It's good to see you. I hope you're feeling much better soon. Take one of my favorites is throat coat tea. Like there's a tea and it's called throat coat. So if you got a real kind of scratchy, dry throat, go find some of that. It's in the herbal tea section.
Is that THRO?
Throat.
Oh, throat coat. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Cool.
thanks for having me.
All right.
We'll see you next time.
Yes, sir. All right. That concludes our show. I think we've got a last ditch effort to get yourself a good run in. It is the